All right, guys, welcome back. This is the 20K review of the Toyo Open Country AT3s. And like I said, 20K, so I'll show you the dash right now. So 22,686, so actually probably closer to 22,000 on these tires because I put them on about 500 miles into owning the 4Runner. So for reference, these tires are 285/60/18. If you haven't watched my first couple of reviews on these tires, they have been rotated, they have been balanced, and they've been pretty well maintained so far. So important thing to note on this 20K review is I took two very long road trips with these, one of which was about 1,300 miles from Texas to Colorado, which we stayed in New Mexico and Colorado, and I towed a trailer the whole time. And then another one, which was to Destin, Florida, which was probably about 1,000 to 1,200 miles as well. So lots of road, lots of towing, different types of road, dirt trails, the whole nine. So these tires have kind of been through it all. In the first 20K, I'll walk around to each tire. So this is the passenger front. Passenger rear. The rears have been rotated a handful more times. So basically the ones that are on the rear right now have been rotated the rear 3 times so far. So to me, it looks like the ones that are on the rear seem to be wearing more, or they wear more in the end. That's probably due to the towing. This is the driver's rear. So, as I said, lots of towing, lots of miles on the highway, lots of traveling. It's a solid tire overall. Quite a few times where it was muddy and we had to dig it out. Important thing to note with the all-terrains versus mud tire is they pack a lot. Where the mud terrains have like a separated tread and they seem to like disperse the mud a little more, so they stay clean. The all-terrains do not. Still didn't have any issues. It wasn't like we were trying to go through, you know, a mile of mud. It was more so a couple crossings where there was mud, it caked on, it cleaned off after you drove a little bit. But so far, 20K, they're holding up very well. As you'll see, the tread, there's no uneven wear. As far as left to right on the tire, they are wearing evenly, and a lot of that is due to keeping them balanced and rotated. I did a review on the Venom Power tires, and I did not rotate and balance them probably like I should have, and they still wear very well. But I wanted to do a basically taking care of a tire review, so keeping them aired, keeping them balanced and rotated, all that good stuff, and it has worked out very well so far on these. Do anticipate these are going to be probably a 50K tire overall, so I'm thinking I'm going to get 50,000 miles out of these, assuming that nothing happens along the way like punctures or debris in the road or anything like that. So far I've been pretty lucky with that. One other thing I do want to go over with these tires is that in the rain, when you're on highway and you know you have patches of road that flood, Texas is notorious for it. They have some of the worst drainage systems I've seen, especially on the highways in DFW area. These tires are great in the rain, especially when you hit like the puddles on the highway and you're going a speed of 65, 60. It doesn't launch you to one side, left or right. The last thing I'm gonna leave it with is that when the weather changes, we have a lot of fluctuation in Texas, whether it's either 111 or it's 60 degrees. It goes back and forth. And with these, we don't have a lot of problem with tire pressure, which a lot of different tires I had to constantly fill up depending on like the weather. All right, so like I said, to wrap up the 20K review, they're doing great. They bounce and rotate well every time. I do get them road force bounce because 4Runners have an issue with a 40 to 45 to 50 mile an hour shake if you do not get them road force bounce. And it doesn't seem to be the tire brand because people have this issue regardless of what tire they're running with these things, whether it's stock or lifted. This one does have a 2-inch lift, and I am running bigger tires, as I said in the beginning of the video, but 20K miles and they're holding up well. Looking forward to do the 25K review, and hopefully we can take this all the way out to 50K. Once we hit probably the end of this tire life, we are gonna go to a bigger tire and possibly a bigger lift, but we are gonna run these until we cannot anymore. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them below.